Good morning, everyone. ARose Coaching here. Something I've learned over many years and many trial and error with a lot of different kids, a lot of different personalities, is one of the most important things, I think, as we're the adult in the situation, we're the parent or the caretaker, is to remember that as hard as it can be at times, we have to be the ones in control of our emotions because kids are learning, and I've seen so many parents get so angry with a kid, so frustrated or so helpless because they're throwing a tantrum in public or even at home, and they're upset, they're angry, the kids are, and then the parents are too. And I understand that. It can definitely be hard, especially if something gets triggered from our own past, which is why mental health, why healing is so important, because we don't want to re-traumatize our kids, even accidentally, by having them trigger things from our past that really isn't their responsibility or their problem to deal with. And an example that comes to mind. So I was taking care of a kid some years ago, and she was almost 3, and she was going through a spell of tantrums, just full-blown screaming, wailing, and it's normal for that age on one level, but it also doesn't have to continue. And I've seen all different kinds of ways of coping. I've seen threats, which never work, and they're pretty heartbreaking. I've seen just like indifference where they're just completely ignoring the situation. They're not giving any attention, which a certain level of distance in a loving way, which I'll explain in a minute, isn't a bad thing, but being completely checked out is. And, I've seen everything and all between those two extremes. And I know tantrums and meltdowns, it can be very hard. But it's like anything in life. It's like our faith. It's like virtue. You have to put yourself, your heart, your soul. It's like, working out, getting stronger, getting healthier. Our parenting is the same way. We have to grow that muscle. We have to make the choice every day. What kind of parent do I want to be? And it is tough. It is hard. It's okay to have those times when you just want to throw your hands up and give up. But, as long as you don't, because those kids, they need you. You're the one that they have. You're the one that they look up to. So I had this kid, and her parents didn't know what to do. And they were completely overwhelmed, and they would usually get impatient or mad, which just made it worse. And I kind of experimented when I was taking care of her to see some different methods that I used to get angry. I used to get impatient. And I tried something new with this girl, and she would freak out. Sometimes it didn't even make sense. So we were out at the park with her and her baby brother, and I was swinging her. She loved to swing. And she just had a complete meltdown. And we're swinging, and she starts yelling at me that she wanted me to swing her higher, and it wasn't like a playful thing. She was really upset. And I was having this total meltdown when we're swinging at the park. And I tried something new, and it just kind of struck me. And I stopped the swing. She was kind of in one of these swings that, you can't just get off. You have to kind of be lifted out of. And I stopped the swing. And I said, very calmly, we're not going to have a tantrum. But if you need a minute, to be upset, we're just going to wait here. One of the biggest things to understand about kids, and you've probably noticed this already, parents, kids, they have this way that they want a reaction out of you. They want action. They want things to move really fast. It's like anybody knows this. Everybody knows this. If a kid wants a snack or they want to get out of their car seat, they don't sit there calmly and ask, usually, do they? But it can be trained. You can teach them that. That's the hopeful thing. And that's what we need to be teaching, again. This is not just a kid thing. This is an adult thing. Everyone knows that person in line at Walmart, at a grocery store that can't wait, and how uncomfortable that makes everyone. The person behind you in the car, stuck on the interstate, in traffic, and they're honking their horn or they're giving someone the finger. I mean, this is something that has to be learned and trained and grown in our kids so they don't become that adult that's making everyone else uncomfortable because they can't wait. And again, waiting can be stressful. This can be hard. I'm not saying I've done it perfectly. I definitely don't. But it's something I've noticed in myself. The more we get in the right mindset, why are we actually rushing through all this? So we got to teach them to slow down and calm down. So this kid, I stopped the swing and I said, okay, we're going to just be here until you can calm down. And at first she hated it, but then she got more secure in my security, in my calmness, and she calmed down, and then we kept swinging. And I did that in a few different instances with this girl, and she got through the tantrums and they went away. Yeah, she got upset sometimes or mad, but the full-blown tantrums went away. They don't have to continue, but you have to be the one that's calm. Don't get angry. Don't get down on yourself and think you're not doing good enough. You just have to give them a very calm, show by example. If you calm down, they will too. You can do this, parents. And if you like what you see, please subscribe, share, reach out at ARose Coaching. I'm here to help. Bye-bye.